Chat, hello. Welcome to this week's Scrim School ScrimCast. I am your host, Bobby Sox. If you are new here and this is your first ScrimCast, the way this works is we have 2 guests per week that come on. We discuss state of the game, we discuss weapon types, we discuss anything and everything. Questions are open throughout the entirety of the stream. We can sit there. You guys just feel free to type in chat, and I'll try and catch them as I can. Hopefully we get a good one going. As of right now, I think Onyx might be asleep, but we'll start it off with Halo, and let's get it popping. Mr. Zenic. Halozenic.
I was muted.
Hello, my friend.
Hi, Bobby.
So I'm good. I am a little concerned. I think Onyx might be sleeping.
He probably is. He has the sleep schedule of a degenerate, so.
True. Let's hope he wakes up soon. In the meantime, we'll just start it off. Do me a favor, introduce yourself. Who are you? What makes you tick? What do you do?
Beating Bobby in 1v1s makes me tick. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Jokes. That's kind of toxic. But I am Halozenic or David. I don't know. I go by a lot of aliases nowadays. But yeah, I'm a Destiny 2 streamer. And then Variety every once in a while after I, get fed up with Stasis. I have been streaming on Twitch for a year now, I believe, just over a year. I know you convinced me to actually switch over from YouTube, and it was a great move, and I'm very happy I did it. But then on the side, I also do editing for G1, just the editor, not a player, just the editor. Hush and Geekermon when I can. So.
Okay. I love
little bit of something.
Little bit of just the editor.
Little bit of just the editor.
The blonde editor with glasses.
Yeah, the blonde guy with glasses. Is this the blonde guy with glasses? Are we playing him right now?
We are. What is going on with Onyx's? Oh, it's loading. Okay. I was tripping for a second. I'm wondering if I should call him.
Did he give you his number?
No, I was just gonna call him through Discord.
Oh, like a Discord call? I want to.
See. Let's see what we get for responses. In the meantime, what's your main and what weapon types and loadouts do you run?
Titan main all the way. Love myself some Titan. I don't even have my other classes leveled. It's kind of the dedication is real.
The dedication is real.
And then loadouts, my go-to is Chaperone. It always has been since I threw it on and figured out it has built-in aiming, and it's kind of nuts. And other than that, I mean, I've been trying to learn how to snipe because Meep and Zero want a good controller sniper to play with. So yeah, kind of my go-tos. Chaperone, my main one, and then for primaries, I'd say I don't know, Igneous Hammer, 120 Crutch, pretty much.
Okay. 120 Crutch too.
120 Crutch, yep. Thorn, when it was actually good, was my go-to primary, but it's kind of meh compared to other hand cannons now. So.
True, that's very true. I feel that. Well, shit. Onyx isn't answering. I'm pretty sure he's passed out. That is unfortunate. I'll keep bugging him.
Yeah, maybe he'll appear eventually.
I'm hopeful.
Who knows? For now, we can duo cast. We got this.
Yeah, we can duo cast. I'm down.
Yeah.
You'll be the new. Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to scroll back, see if anybody asked any good questions. Shadow's got one actually. We'll start it off with Shadow's question. He says, if you could go back in time, which Thresh god roll would you undelete?
Oh God, I've deleted probably 3 bottom dollar Thresh god rolls already because I was like, Thresh, what the hell?
Thresh,
I don't know.
Hell?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think this works in PvP, so I just dismantled it. I don't need this. But now apparently it's the new Rampage. People want it, and so I don't know. I would give my left trigger finger to go back and at least get some of those nice god rolls back.
Right. I feel that. I feel that. I've deleted so many of the thresh
I
rolls when it didn't
know.
work.
I like rolled my eyes when I saw that like note on Twitter. I was like, really? I was like,
Yep.
come on.
It's like, well, I'm never gonna use this. Wipe it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wipe it.
Meeber Thresh gives you some, like a little eat of super energy whenever you like kill someone.
Yep.
Just like a
exactly.
little blip.
Exactly.
I thought it was only a PvE thing, but apparently, like DMG tweeted like at some point this week, he's like, "Oh, by the way, Thresh works in PvP." What? Okay,
What?
cool. Way to drop that so casually.
Right. That's
Man,
exactly
Lil
the way it played out.
Lonixia, he set those alarms, my guy.
Right. You should add him too in the G1 court and be like, "Yo, where
Doing,
are you
yo,
at?"
Onyx, what are you doing? He was talking in the G1 chord like a couple hours ago. Must
Bet
have
you he's
passed
stayed
the
up.
F out. It's happened a lot though. He's like, whenever we like go to record something, sometimes we'll be like, they'll set it up and then all of a sudden they'll like add Onyx a couple times and it's like no response till the next day. He's like, sorry, I fell asleep.
What's Halo's IRL KD? That's a great question. Halozenic, what is your IRL KD?
1-0, baby. If I ever go 1-1, just know that there will be no more streams. That's pretty much how it works IRL. You go 1-1 in IRL, you just there's no more streams.
There's no making up for it. It's done.
There's nothing else. Yeah.
Ooh, we'll get into. Actually, let's definitely get into that one. That'll be fun. Let's talk exotics real quick. So you're a Shappy main, right?
Yes, he is. Yes.
If you could design any exotic, what would it be?
Oh gosh, any exotic. Shoot, that's a good question. I would like, maybe like a slug that has, because I love slugs. They're like a really fun like archetype of weapon to use. So maybe like some kind of slug shotgun that was, maybe it had some kind of like bonus hip fire like perk with maybe like firefly. I don't know. I just feel like that would be kind of cool. Because a lot of the times when I ape in, there's like multiple people there, so I feel like an exotic that gave you firefly or like some kind of like proximity explosion. It's not duality, Brian. No, that's with the spread. It turns into a Fellwinter's when you hip fire it. I'm talking about bonus hip fire precision damage when you hip fire it, like Dead Man's Tail, but and then it also had some kind of like stop, I'm getting bullied. But then also had the like intrinsic firefly perk where it's like if you hit a headshot it like blows up and does extra damage to people nearby. I don't know. This is why I don't work at Bungie under weapon development, because they would be like, you're awful, get out of here, you're fired.
So my favorite one that I've been running with for a while is I want a vampiric hand cannon.
Oh, like Soul Steal or something like that, where like or Life Drain, where it like takes their health and gives it to you.
So here's the risk versus reward factor of it, right? You ready?
Uh-huh.
If you hit headshots, you steal their life and it goes back to you. But if you hit bodies, it takes your life away.
Oh, that's cool. I like it. So it's got some kind of like what was that gun from Destiny 1? The one, First Curse? Or no, not First Curse. Oh, it's the one from Oryx. I can't remember it.
The Touch of Malice.
Touch of Malice, yeah, but it was like it's like oh, okay, I get it. So if you hit body shots, then it's kind of like the Touch of Malice effect where you lose health, and it gives it to them. I like it.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I think that'd be so much fun.
That would be pretty cool. I'd be down for that.
I really do. I think, but it'd have to be something like a 120 or a 140 maybe. Because you need something with high recoil so that you're hitting more body shots, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you're hitting all heads with a 180,
you're just tapping them, yeah.
Tap, and you're done.
Just free, yeah. It'd have to be like balanced correctly, which it's Bungie. We see. Well, I don't know how they would balance that, but it would be cool. I would like it. I'd be into it.
I think that'd be something fun, or something that like has super high recoil. It doesn't have to be a hand cannon, but it could be like a SMG or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. I like Isaac's idea.
He's just
Working
coming.
ahead.
Let's go.
Ooh, gigs.
Onyx just said, "Come."
Okay, I thought you said gigs. And I was like,
No.
you had gigs on the bleachers, waiting, like ready to pull them in just in case Onyx
In
didn't
the
show up.
wings.
I was like, damn, that's kind of stacked.
In the wings.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hell yeah, we got Onyxia. That's good. I was about to be worried. I was like, damn, he fell asleep. That sucks.
Yep. I'm 100% certain that he fell asleep.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm 100% certain he fell asleep. But he just hit me up, said I'm coming. So
Good,
Onyx is
good.
going to be back in here. And then we'll get it popping. In the meantime, what is a exotic armor piece that you would create?
Oh Jesus, you're hitting me with the thinkers. These are things I haven't even considered. Oh man. Bruh. Maybe something that literally just fixed some Titan whiffs. Like, oh my god, like an arm piece that just like guarantees your Titan melee won't whiff. That would be amazing. Bro, I don't know. I should not be in game development ever. You've confirmed that is not a career of choice for me because my creativity when it comes to designing new stuff is awful.
Right. Dude, that would be nuts.
What's yours? I guarantee you have something.
So kind of like the Fan of Knives type with Shards of Galanor, and you get super back. But I want something with like, I want something with like stasis or where it boosts. Onyx, welcome
Little
in,
Onyxia!
my dude.
Hello.
Let me guess.
Hey, buddy.
It sounds like you just woke up.
I may have just woke up.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
You on that degenerate sleep schedule. Let's go.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna take a nap. Had an alarm and everything. I woke up again, looked at the time. I'm like, motherfucker, it's 10 past 7. I'm like, come on.
Those power naps will get you. Sneak
Dude.
up on you.
You're like, I'm taking a half-hour nap.
Yeah.
6 hours later, you wake up like, what year is it?
Yeah.
And I slept for like an hour. I didn't think it'd do that.
I was about to say, I just saw him in the G1 chat earlier. I was like, we might have missed him. He might have just gone to bed. He was literally just talking about how his sleep schedule was so ruined.
Yeah, I'm good. Just a little cross-eyed, that's all.
Perfect. All right, so you missed the intros. So Onyx, feel free to introduce yourself. Who are you? What makes you tick? What is your fancy, and what do you enjoy?
Shit. Damn, this is something I've never experienced. Well, hi, my name is Onyx. I unfortunately played Destiny 2 at a high level. And game bad. That's what makes me tick.
Game bad.
Go.
Top tier content right there. Game bad. That's what makes me tick. We were talking about if you could design any exotic, what would it be?
Shit.
Dude, I said the same thing. I was like, dude, I don't know. I was like a slug shotgun that's firefly.
That's actually kind of cool. I've never thought about that though. Like honestly.
See, that's the point of this host, to kind of see other people's viewpoints and throw some
It was
ideas
hard
out.
for me to think of one. I can't imagine what thinking of one with sleep brain would be.
Oh, trust me, dude. I'm sitting here, rubbing the crusties out of my
Yeah.
eye. Like, ah, shit. You know?
You're like, oh no.
Bro,
I mean,
stop asking me these questions.
We can circle back to that one when you wake up a little bit if you want, and you can ponder it for a bit.
Alrighty.
You're like, yep, that's perfect. The other one was, obviously you play Destiny, so what's your main class, subclass, and loadout?
Hunter, arc staff, and basically shotgun. Oh, and that's my alarm. Let's go.
Oh Jesus! The alarm. There it is.
A 120 or a 140, basically, just depends.
Okay. I'm trying to keep the questions light until you actually like wake up a little bit.
I'm trying.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Not enough.
um,
Fantasy's
all right.
good still.
Let's dive into like, and we'll come to that one when Onyx is actually like valid.
Cognitive.
All right.
Action.
So talking 120s, how's it feeling? How do you guys? I mean, we've had it for what, 2 seasons now? Or is
Has
it
it
only
really
been
been
one?
that long?
Something, man, that's a lot of suffering. That's
I
been
think
that
so.
long.
I think it has been that long.
Yeah, kind of sucks.
It kind of sucks.
So, I mean, obviously we know they're very good. I don't know. Like, I'm not one to like call things broken like right off the rip, like it's nothing. But 120s or something. I don't want to say it's broken, but I do want to say it's overpowered, and I think it's overwhelmed to stay a bit. There, I don't want it to be like insanely nerfed, right? It's more something like tone down the range a bit. I even saw someone say like drop the damage to, like 84 and the range by a little bit. I'm like, that doesn't sound like
Yeah.
the worst, but they got to do it right. You know what I mean? I can
Right.
understand the damage I put is kind of high. I mean, shit, bro. Someone who's below 5 resil, you could 1 head 2 body. Like, it is kind of crazy sometimes. But I think it's the range. Like, the range is a lot.
Yeah, it's got like scout rifle range, which is kind of annoying. It completely like ruins a bunch of weapon archetypes and breaks the kind of primary ecosystem with a hand cannon that can like tap at the range of a scout 3 tap if you're headshot 2 bodies with low resil. So
But I don't
Okay.
want the RPM to change simply because it gives them a place to actually be decent or at least good instead of being completely ruled out of the game, period.
True. Whereas
So-
110s were high risk, low reward, I guess. They were very unused.
Yep, to an extent, unless you were a clip hitter who ran rampage, then maybe high reward. So that's kind of
yeah,
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. All right. So how would you tune it? I mean, Onyx, you kind of answered already, but Halo, how would you tune it if you had the option to?
I would say just like drop the damage down, like Onyx was like pretty much what Onyx said. Drop the damage down a little bit, make it to where the range isn't quite so much. Maybe even add a little bit of extra like. They already have pretty high recoil. I take that back. They already have pretty high recoil for that compared to other hand cannons. But yeah, I think maybe those 2 things primarily. Maybe drop the handling down a bit since they are like clunkier and I guess have like the potential to be really powerful. I don't know. Anything better, anything from what they are now, because I mean anytime I play trials it's like 3 stack of 120s. I don't ever see any other archetype of hand cannons is rare, and if I do it's rare.
Dude, I was having a blast with Palindrome this weekend.
It's
in
fun.
trials.
I love Palindrome. I was using it in scrims earlier today and I was like, this is a fun gun. I haven't used it at all because every time I load into comp or quick play everyone's using 120s and it just isn't fun getting outgunned by those.
Right.
You have to put on a 120 to compete with 120.
No, just hit your shots.
Yeah, exactly. Or that, but I'm on controller, so it's not very possible.
It's not very possible.
Yeah, no.
And
I have never used a palindrome.
Really?
Well, in D1, but
Okay. Is that just because you don't want to jump into the farming for it, or
Just won't play strike.
no, I'll gladly do a strike. Like, honestly, I prefer the PvE. I've been a PvE person since D1. Really, I used to be the person to get on the game right after school, hop on the game with a few IRLs, pull in some LFGs, and do all the fucking raids, bang them out instantly on every Tuesday.
Nice.
Every
Yo,
Tuesday.
I didn't know that. That's huge.
You were like
actually.
EK with the GM Sherpa. Hell yeah.
Dude, no, I actually like PvE. Like, I know all the raids in the game. Deep Stone Crypt.
Nice.
I did literally like 6 clears on the first day, but again I was doing recos. And I did my first day on it, the day 1, and then I did a day 1 reco.
That's awesome.
That shit was something else. We almost beat it. Like, no, I mean we did beat it, but literally like 10 minutes before it reset, whatever. But it was tough. I
That's
stayed up
crazy.
36 hours during that
Oh,
time.
no.
Very, very fun, very
Pain.
jarring.
Oh yeah, day 1 raid was something else. I was so tired after doing that.
Yeah. So I mean, I know how to do all the raids in the game. I don't mind doing GMs. I haven't done very many because there's really no point back then. Um, but it's like I don't even have the season pass. I don't play the game that much. I'm like season level 20 or something. I'm still like 1250. It's just
Yeah, when I
don't-
met you in a quick play the other day, I was like, oh shit, it's Onyx, and I was like, he's so low leveled, he hasn't been playing this game at all.
yeah, no, I just I don't want to play it. It's kind of
Yeah,
it.
no,
It's
I
like
feel
I don't mind getting on to stream it from time to time, and I don't even stream that long simply because it's like I got a 2 hour threshold before I like really start losing my mind, you know.
Start slamming your mouse a little bit.
Not even, dude. I don't know. This game doesn't make me slam my desk. It's just like, just makes me dead inside, bro. It's just too much after
It's
a
like
while.
Zero says, it puts him to sleep when he's playing. He's like, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, true.
It can, like, it really can.
It's just so much cheese. So you're telling me that you don't play that often, and then you jump on and you fucking steamroll tournaments.
It was like the G1 charity tourney the other day.
Yeah,
Put
like,
on Ace, he slapped on Ace and was like, GG.
Yeah, that was like
Mr. 0
my
and 2.
first time. Yeah, that was like my first time playing in like a week. It was like 9 days or
Oh my
something.
god,
That's crazy.
that's insane. So
What are you playing nowadays?
yeah,
Tarkov and Rust
Oh,
Okay.
Rust is so fun, dude.
can be.
Yeah,
it can be.
it can be.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, like when I first got it, I put 300 hours in the game very fast, but yeah, no, it's just fun sometimes.
Yeah.
I believe it. I've watched a lot of the Rust, a lot of the Tarkov streamers and stuff. It looks fun.
Rust is, I mean, it's a lot of fun. Same with Tarkov. Tarkov is something, obviously that I'm still in the learning process of. It's a lot. It's very complex, very in depth, but it is a lot of fun. But you know, it's like one of my friends told me, "Be ready to die. You have to die if you want to get good at it." So,
Yeah.
Right.
but you know, like at first I'm like, dude, am I even getting better? And then you know, after a little
There's
while,
that learning curve.
yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, I wasn't playing consistently, but you know, after like what, a month now of playing it, I've actually seen that like, I'm getting better. You know, I've
Oh,
learned
yeah.
the maps a bit. Gunplay, I'm getting somewhat better at now. I'd say not even somewhat better, just a lot better. And
You're like somewhat better.
rewarding.
I don't think anything you could touch would be somewhat better. I'm gonna be honest.
It's a different type of gunplay. Like it really is, with how like crazy the sway is. Recoil acts a lot differently, but it's kind of just learning how all of it feels, which I end up being a fast learner sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It just depends if I put in the time.
Right.
On it, but it's a lot of fun. It's easily like my favorite game right now, and
Okay.
watching streamers and YouTubers play that game, dude. And I just want to be up there with them.
You wanna be
Fucking
cracked like that?
being that good. Yeah, no, it looks so much fun playing at that level. Unlike
So-
Destiny, playing at a high level gets bored. But maybe it's the same then. I don't know.
I'm sure after a while it becomes the same.
Yeah, I
Just,
could totally see why.
It's all
Like my
about
stream
time sync.
POV right now. You got me editing.
Dude, how did I get on you?
Come on, man.
Wait,
Come on, man.
Did you forget?
I forgot to end my stream and I started editing. Oh my god. I was like, wow, I'm really leaning into this, just the editor thing. You got me editing on stream right now. Oh, that's hilarious.
Onyx, you heard that, right? Did you hear when that happened?
No.
Halo sent a message to or posted in the clan chat about something like because Panda said something and
He said hi
responded.
everyone. He said hi
Yeah.
everyone in the clan chat, and I said, hey, yo, what's up, man? He's like, not you, and I was like, wow. And he said, you're just the editor, and I was like, damn. I just closed out. And I was like, I'm about to leave the G1 clan right now. I'm about to risk it all.
That's not like something or something. Like that.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I thought that was
so funny.
That's
The
a running
ultimate
joke
ego.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the running joke from now on. Is,
I
okay,
just lean
editor.
into it. Well, and then
So
I was like, I've been saying, and like Meep gave me the idea, and Zero, they're like, you need to make a compilation of the amount of people that you match in Guardian Theater that like are like, is this guy fake G1? Yeah, he's fake G1. Yeah, no, this guy. And then like people, someone came in and was like, no way, you're G1. I was like, I mean, I'm kind of on the team. I just edit. He's like, oh, okay, cool. You play like an editor. I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, he's like that makes sense.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, figures.
I don't know. I think you'd put most editors in the dirt, but that's just me.
Ooh, nice compliment.
Yeah.
That's
Gimme,
just
gimme,
me.
gimme, kid.
Yeah, there was one guy that definitely hopped in to Halo stream and was like,
Oh, he dumped on me, bro.
he was like fake G1 and then just bounced out.
Yeah, he dumped on me.
Ah, dude, some people care too much.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Destiny community.
Destiny egos.
That too. That's another thing that makes me tick, bro. Oh my god.
Destiny egos, am I right?
Dude, it's like another thing why I don't like playing like Face It or anything like that. It's giving into the year 6, year 7 egos, dude. Like I know they're good, right? Like I'm not gonna like, you know, say they're not, but it's like, oh, I beat G1 Onyx. Oh my god. It's just that type of shit, bro. I cannot stand it. Like it's not that much of an accomplishment. Meet me back in August of 2019. It's over. Like I was just much better then. Like it's over. Like Jesus, man. I don't know. I just hate that shit. So I stick to quick play. If someone beats me in quick play, good for you. 6v6, you can.
You're like, I'm
1v
literally leaning back right now.
Yeah, you can 1v3 me all game, and you think you're better. I mean, that's cool, dude. But will you join the tourney? I don't know.
Right.
We'll see then.
And you've got that. I'm sure people are like, I beat Onyx, the G1 tourney winner.
Or the G1 King of the Hill winner. Actually, I want to.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right.
Someone came in my chat the day I streamed, like the other day. They're like, "Is this the King of G1?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
This is the king of G1.
I'm like, "I'm no king, bro."
What are you talking about, bro? I haven't touched this game in 2 weeks.
You're like, I only
Dude.
touch this game when I have to.
Yeah.
So
It feels like I have to. That's what sucks, but yeah.
Yeah.
true. I mean, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Is it like because you put so much time into the game now that you just don't want to play it anymore, and it's just like kind of like boring, pretty much, and there's like other games to be played, or is it just kind
Yeah.
of like what you've said earlier?
Well, it's like, I put a lot of time into it, and it's what people want to watch me play. And
Mhm.
I don't think I'm at a level with other games to the point where I can stream it and give the same quality of gameplay like I can with Destiny. And then again, Destiny is a completely different game. I don't expect to keep all my viewers, but it's like I want to be able to keep the same quality of gameplay, in my opinion, because I don't think it's not like I don't think my personality is likable. It's just it ain't really there too much.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't expect people to watch me for me. I expect people to watch me, you know, drop 50 bombs in quick play, you know, win a few tournaments every now and then, you know, drop a 30 bomb here and there in a tournament. You know, it's just kind of it. That's just me.
I don't know, man. I think the real ones would pop in if you were like, if you made it like either a blind playthrough or like learning said game. I feel like your community would still show out for it.
Yeah, no, like when I stream COD, you know, there's actually a decent amount. Like sometimes I'd get like 80, 90 viewers playing that game. I'm like, wow, that is something I never saw coming. Because there's people who average more viewers than me playing Destiny, and they switch to another game. It's way lower than that.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
I guess I got some real ones, sheesh. But like,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. But you know, it's still like what is it? Like I don't know. I still want to be good enough at the game before I stream it. Just, I guess, I don't know, for insurance. That makes any sense.
For
Yeah, that makes
And-
sense.
And it just makes me feel better in the back of my mind. I don't know, because I have this thing where I get on stream and like if I don't play well, you know, I start having like meltdowns and shit because like that's what I'm known for. It's like if I'm playing by myself, it's kind of just like, okay, I mean, bad day happens, you know what? But it's like, you know, that's what people watch me for, is good gameplay. And if I can't provide that, then it just makes me feel like shit. Just how it goes.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's more mental than anything else, though. I feel like
Yeah,
real ones will be
mentality
there
can
no
be
matter
honest.
what, you know?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. But you know, numbers play with my head, and you know, I just want them to go up.
Bro, turn
Yep.
that shit off. Like, that's the best advice I've ever heard is turn off your viewers. Like, your viewer count.
That's what I did when Mikowski told me, or he posted something about it, and I just was like, I'm gonna try it. I like it a lot. I mean, it's different when you're smaller, I guess, and you're trying to grow that community or whatever. But no, like that was probably the best thing that I could have done as for growing now. Like I like seeing the analytics later on and seeing like, oh, it's cool. I've seen some growth, but like whenever I'm like streaming, I try and just focus on just like being present, because then I in the same way that, you know, or I think a lot of people get, is they see the low count or the lower count than usual, and you're like, oh shit, it's your head and all that.
Yeah.
Right. exactly. That was kind of the thing that, and I learned it from Mikowski too. When he posted that, I was like, oh my god, that's fucking brilliant. Actually,
My ad revenue is about to be going up right now. I'm just looking at your stream and looking at the ads popping up. I'm
Dude,
like,
hell yeah.
Yes,
you got
sir.
the.
Should have run the whole time too.
money's rolling in.
She's like,
I didn't sub so that you could get the ad revenue. How's that? See?
Wait, is that how it works?
yeah, if you're sub, you don't get ads.
Oh wait, no, I actually listened to that completely wrong. My bad. I thought like if you weren't subbed, I don't get the ad revenue. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Thanks for
That's
nothing.
weird. Huh. Okay.
and I'm like, I don't remember it working like that. But
Right. All
I
right.
just heard it wrong.
We're so far off tangent. Holy shit. I'm digging it. It's
Love to
fun.
see it.
It's waking up, Onyx. It's
Yeah.
keeping Davey awake. We're good. We're
Yes.
looking good. So obviously, Onyx, you don't play Destiny as much. What would it take to bring you back into the fold as your primary again? Like by choice, not by feeling of requirement.
Dude, like, can a single gun really bring me back? I mean, okay, so it's like if I was back, it's like my favorite gun has always been either Hawkmoon or Thorn since, Destiny 1. Hawkmoon in this game doesn't feel the same. It's a little weird.
Okay.
I do like using it sometimes. It feels good, but it's, I don't know. I seem to play worse with it compared to other hand cannons, which is very odd because it feels good. Stability's fine. It's not even like a recoil thing. Oh, at first it actually used to be, and it wasn't even because it was high recoil. It was the fact it was too low recoil. I needed recoil to use it. It was actually a lot harder to use. So when they did the recoil buff or nerf rather, shoot, I got Hawkman first game. I'm like, wow, all right, well I'm already better with it.
Right.
It was nice. No, I mean, I miss Thorn being a 150. I really do. It felt a lot better then.
That feels so good as a 150, man.
Interesting.
Now it just feels weird, but I would love for Thorn to be at least somewhat viable again. Shoot, I mean, as a hand cannon, it's kind of it. Nothing else I'd really use. I mean, I don't mind pulse rifles. Those can be fun. Auto rifles, I just fucking hold down left click and hope to God you get a kill sometimes, I guess. But
Just that spray and pray.
yeah.
See, I'm wild like that. I actually think Thorn feels better as a 140 recoil wise.
Yeah, like maybe recoil wise, simply just because it's a 140, 10 RPM less, you're not shooting nearly as fast. There's not a lot of recoil kicking at you anymore. It's more of like, I don't know, I was used to that. I was used to the 150 thing. I actually need to get used to it being a 140. I can't get over how the fact that it does more damage, but it doesn't two tap as regularly as it used to, unless everyone's running high resil.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, kind of just feels different. It's cool that you can, was it like 2 head 1 body just because of the high damage now? Is that how it is? I think so. That's pretty cool. Isn't that how it was in D1, or am I tripping? I don't know.
I think that is how
it was, yeah. I
Yes.
remember it.
I guess that's nice to have back again. It's just something I need to get used to. But again, it's hard as a hunter. It's better to use Icarus grip, and I wouldn't mind using it in attorney. I can keep myself grounded, but quick play. I got 3 people running at me. Like I can't sit there and stand
and they're all
still.
using 120s.
Yeah, like I can't sit there and stand still.
I feel like in my opinion, the 140s would feel a million times better than the 150s did if 120s weren't so oppressive.
Probably.
That makes sense. Like it really does. So I could see that.
If it was viable across the board to be able to use, 140s, 120s, or 180s, I feel like it would be a lot more. The gunplay would be more fun,
Yeah.
And then Halo. We'll twist this a little bit more, because obviously you still play this as your main.
Unfortunately.
What's something you'd like to see to make it more enjoyable for you to keep it less moldy?
I don't know. I still feel like there's a lot of cheese in this game and a lot of like I would say like probably 70% of the gunfights that I get in, or 70% of the fights that I get in like comp and like trials, which is the majority of what I play, is like ability spam and very little like actual gunplay, which is kind of annoying because I like this game for the gunplay. It feels really good. It's like one of those games that's kind of unique, in my opinion, with the gunplay. So just maybe there's no real way to fix that. It's just kind of like a game thing. Like people spam their abilities rather than getting gunfights. Um, I think that's like one of the bigger things for me. Also, 120 is being tuned down a little bit. Maybe stasis when you get hit by some of the stuff. I know they fixed like cold snaps and all that with how long you're frozen, but like other stuff like the revenant freeze and like the radius kind of is annoying. How long you're frozen, stuff like that. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have too many complaints. I feel like the weapon sandbox this season's the best it's probably ever been, minus 120s.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't really have too much bad to say other than the occasional sweats you match and people who no life it and all that.
Haven't touched grass in years.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now we can actually. You're awake now, right? We're good. Snapping up.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Lycan asks this question every week, and he loves to hear the thoughts about it. It says, "What do you think about tuning pellet shotguns to better fit their close range design, so they work more like Acreus? So pellet shotguns would work more like Acreus. They wouldn't deal damage past a certain range based on frame type."
Right.
So it would
okay,
be,
so like aggressive frame and all that stuff. Okay.
Exactly. So aggressives would have quick draw removed and replaced with different perks, and lightweights would have quick draw.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, that's interesting. So I mean, I've seen the whole like I just see people, use my language, bitching about quick draw, which I mean I get to like an extent because it was never a thing in D1, and shotguns were fine in D1. I don't think quick draw is that big of a problem. I mean, shoot, it's not fun when you got some mediocre to like, I don't know, I guess like average player who has his little auto rifle out, he's spraying you down. You get close enough, and then he just whips out a shotgun within half a second. You're dead.
Right.
So that's what sucks about shotguns is when you get bot shotted by some random dude. So I mean, actually, that sounds kind of good. I actually kind of like the idea of that, making like aggressive frames and all that with no quick draw. Obviously the quick draw glitch, quick draw glitch is still a thing. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
But with my experience, it's not going to be as fast with quick draw. With quick draw, the glitch is faster. Without it, it's not as fast, but obviously it's still quicker than normally switching your weapons.
Right.
So since it's not going to be as fast as a quick draw pull, I don't even think it'd be as fast as pulling out a normal weapon, just normally with quick draw is what I mean. I'd say it's not a change. I could probably get used to it. I don't know if I'd use shotguns with quick draw. It just depends on what they could do in terms like how lethal they can be. That's kind of what it just depends there. So I don't know what I'd use. I like the idea though. Like I actually really do. I wouldn't be opposed to quick draws losing their shot or their quick draw. And so what he wanted to do like different pellet spread, so like it is more designed to just one shot closer instead of it like mapping people. So
Yeah, so it'd be a lot more split between the archetypes. So something like an aggressive frame would have a very, very wide pellet spread versus something like a precision frame that would have a very short spread. But
okay, so basically each shotgun frame has, well, depending on the high damage output, it's going to be lower range, lower damage output, higher range, essentially.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, like I like the idea, but personally, I don't really like have an issue, I guess, with Fellwinters. I mean, I use it a good bit, so maybe that's I'm kind of biased here, but I mean, Most of the time when I get killed by fall winters, it's because I make a bad push or like I miss a shot or something, and like they have the time, and it's kind of been in the game long enough too, where I know how to like play around it as well.
Right.
So it's like
Exactly.
I like Lycan's idea, and like I think that's a really cool thing, but I also at the same time don't really have an issue, I guess. Quick draw the way it is.
Okay.
I don't have an issue. I try to think about other people because it's just like I'm good at the game. I'm just gifted with that, I guess. And so it's like I can't be selfish and think for myself because I'm better than most.
Right.
So it doesn't bother me.
I can see how it would bother people. I
Yeah.
guess where you're hitting at.
It doesn't bother me. I don't think it's that much of an issue. I can see why it is for other people. It's like you can play around it. People can miss with their shotguns. It's some people don't, some people do, and it kind of depends on your movement as well. Like trust me, like for example, someone could be running at me in a straight line. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull out my shotty and shotgun him. I'm aiming, like below their chest because that's kind of where shotty's one shot. And all of a sudden they single jump or double jump, and then right as soon as I hit left click, they jump, so I miss, and it's just I got outplayed with movement, just bad timing. That's how it is. It's like movement can really help you in terms of how they miss. You have to learn how to play around it. It's kind of what it is. You can definitely play around a quick draw shotgun. Shoot, you don't even have to get into a quick draw fight or a shotgun fight. You can
Right.
play primary. You can back up. Like, you see people, if you've ever watched tourneys, you can see them do it. Someone with a shotgun will be hiding around a corner and they'll see someone's close on their radar. Okay, well, they want to go and straight line them with a shotgun. The dude with the advantage, who isn't sitting in the corner with a shotgun, he's just gonna backpedal with his primary, keep on pushing backwards, and shoot him with a hand cannon for their primary, and they die.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. That's how I've died a lot. That's just a play you can make.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously at a higher level where people are playing, but I think
I'm trying to give an idea how you can play around it. You know what I mean?
yeah. So Lycan says the tuning is more focused on removing cleanups outside of shotgun range.
Okay, all right, that's good to know.
Yeah, that was I mean, it's a very long spiel for for his mentality behind it. He's talking more about QP and comp because like the 90% of the community won't jump into tournaments because there's guys like Onyx that are terrifying.
Well, yeah, I get that. I guess I was trying to make a point, but
No, you're right.
like I said, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Will it happen? Who knows? So
I mean, they're kind of hitting to adjusting quick draw.
Yeah, everything I've
already.
seen, or like everything I've seen is like saying that they're trying to remove quick draw entirely from shotties.
Hmm.
I mean, like stuff that I've seen on Twitter, at least the game devs, they're just kind of like, we don't really want it to be on weapons anymore. They took it off Astral for this season.
Yep.
oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, no, I mean, not bad. I don't mind it. I
They
can
took
play
it.
with it.
They took it off Astral and then unsunset everything.
Yeah. I was like, really?
Dude, I'm sitting pretty with my quick draw opening shot Astral. Right
So
now.
mad I got rid of mine, bro. I was like,
Glad
my
I kept
second,
mine.
it was like quick draw and something else, and the second perk was like not good, and I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'll get another one. Psych.
Yeah, exactly. You got jebaited. I didn't get rid of my ISOL either because you can't even get it anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad I got my god roll and kept it.
Glad I kept mine.
That's actually lucky. We were talking earlier too. Onyx, obviously, you saw that Thresh actually works in PvP. Are you?
Does it?
Is there any that you deleted that you're upset about, or have you just not played enough to even care?
My man's is level 20. I guarantee he's probably gotten one Thresh weapon.
I have. I don't think I've used any though.
Yeah.
Have I deleted them? Not a clue in my mind. Will it bother me? Probably not.
You're like,
Fall
I'm still
asleep
gonna
just the
slay either way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's not all there is to it. I really don't know.
Right.
I mean, that's cool. That actually works in PvP.
I think I'd rather have my editing footage playing, because having mine next to Onyx is just not fair.
Dude, you were
I look at
actually-
mine, it's like death.
You know what though?
death.
You were slaying out yesterday, so
Yesterday was fun. Yeah, I had a good time yesterday.
this is yesterday's stream, so.
All it took was Dead Man's Tale.
Oh, weird. Imagine.
Yeah, it's almost like the gun aims for you.
Huh. I
I don't
mean,
even have
Calico
it.
using it. Dude, we had Calico on 2 weeks ago,
Oh yeah.
and he was running through scrims with it, and it was the most terrifying thing ever. Like, it replaced his SMG. We couldn't touch it.
It's
We
really
did.
good.
It's really good.
Jimmy's
And-
strat, which I love with him, he's been using lion ramparts and floating up in the air and just like hovering. And he's a menace, bro. He just like sits up in the air, or Ceridius, I guess, for
Yep.
people in chat. He just sits up in the air and just like hip fire lasers down on you. It's terrifying.
Terrifying. Just
Did that
just-
in the G1 charity tourney, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was nuts. I was watching it.
Yes, it's really good.
So I mean,
Everyone wants that thing nerfed too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't blame it. It's Jade Rabbit Flinch with last word firing.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And normal scout range, obviously.
That's really good.
Still yawning. Jeez.
Yeah, my eyes are in pain.
My eyes.
All right. So, I mean, Onyx, you're a tourney player, but you don't touch Face It. Halo, you don't touch Face It at all. What would it take to get you guys into Face It? And obviously scrims more often and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm just not good enough to be in Face It. That's just the facts. And plus, like, I don't know. I don't really have any interest in being competitive in Destiny because of the. I mean, if you're gonna be real, like Destiny 2 is never really gonna have a type of competitive scene that like COD and Halo have, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for. I would love to get into the competitive scene with like Halo, but
Okay.
like, I mean, Destiny, it's there's one, it's like the type of players that play Face It are very. I'm not gonna speak for everyone because there's some really cool Face It players like Crit and like I don't know, like Mambasito and all them that are like
Right.
awesome and like really cool and like humble and chill, but like a good like 50% of Face It players, and this circles back to what we discussed earlier, have like massive like Destiny 2 egos, and like I don't know, I'm not even interested in dipping my toe into that pool. So
I'm
Like,
not
where-
interested in dipping my
where if I
pool into that
die, I get
toe.
like flamed by teammates, and just like I don't know, that just doesn't sound interesting to me. Or I'd rather run like trials with the boys and stuff. So I kind of stay away from that. And like I said, it doesn't really have in my opinion, I guess other people disagree, it doesn't have a esports scene at all, and it never will. Just because of how unbalanced stuff is. Like there's no like I don't know. There's just not a lot of balance. And
Okay.
so I don't know. I'd be more interested if Halo Infinite was out right now when there was Face It for Halo Infinite. Of course I'd be playing that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I like
That'd be
I'm
fun.
super competitive. I'm super competitive, and I like doing those activities, even though I know like I'm worse than a good like majority of the players that have the time to grind this. But yeah, no, I don't know. That's kind of it.
Okay. Onyx, what's keeping you out of it besides the egos?
That's it. Well, and I don't play the game.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
That's really it.
it. And I don't play the game. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, that's really it, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, that would do it for sure. So are you, I mean, Halo's obviously talked about Halo a lot. Are you looking into getting to the Halo scene again? Did you ever play the original?
I could never get into Halo. Just never could.
You can never get a what?
Never get it. I can get into you, but I can't get into the game Halo.
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to say, excuse me. What did you just say? No, I get
can't-
that.
I can't get into Halo. I mean, like, it's like I've tried, and I know
Yeah.
it's a good game. It's just, I guess it's just not my thing. I don't know. I grew up with COD.
Yep. Yeah, my
And
first game was I think if my first game was COD, it probably would have been just like that. But my first game was Halo Reach. I got the Xbox like kind of later on, and then went back and played the other Halos. But my first game was Reach, and I like grinded the shit out of that game. It was so fun.
Reach
my
was a lot of
gosh, you're
fun.
a
I had a lot of
baby.
fun with Reach.
Yeah, no, dude. I had like parents who were like, "You're not gonna get blah, 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 video games are from Satan," and I was like, yeah. So when I finally was able to like afford one myself, I was like, I'm buying it, and I got Reach, and then I got
Reach.
MCC and went back and beat all the campaigns. I wasn't like, I was probably like 15 or 16 by the time like I actually got to experience like all the amazing Halo campaigns. I didn't even know.
I played. So Halo was like the first game that I played competitively, and it was back Halo 2, Halo 3. Like I had Combat Evolved the day it came out. We're talking way back.
That's awesome. I wish I could have been in that time, bro. I would have loved to pick up a day one version of Combat Evolved. I feel like I would have loved that.
It was so fun. Like I still, out of every game that I played since I was little, like the final mission for Combat Evolved has still stuck with me. I don't know what it is, but it's just like the way the mission played out and, and the storytelling and stuff like that. And obviously you have to jump in at legendaries, you know?
Yep.
Like,
I played it. I don't remember it, but I've played it. All the Halos, I've loved like all of the campaigns. Minus, I take it back. Halo 5 was rough. That was terrible. It's like swapping between Spartan Locke and Master Chief, and I was like, I don't give shit about Locke. I want to play as Chief. Like, who is this guy?
You're like, I
So
don't
that
like
was
this
kind
guy.
of icky. I hope that they make it better in Infinite. I think they will. They've had so much time to work on it, but
We can hope, right? We can hope.
yeah.
And then Onyx is going to be a Tarkov bro.
Yep.
God, I wish.
Tarkod? What?
Tarkov?
Where am I?
Tarkov.
Not here.
I mean, I can see it. Both.
Did I just
Not
wake up?
Tarkov.
Speaking of waking up.
Yeah, I feel that. I absolutely feel that. So, let's keep it rolling. Good lord, we're already an hour in. You guys are ridiculous.
Let's go.
Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's dive into recovs.
Ooh.
How are we feeling about recovs?
Spicy.
That's the spicy stuff, right?
I hate 'em. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really. I don't know. I don't really care. It's annoying to play against like people that are, I guess, you know, like you look them up on Trials Report and it's like, oh, this person's a 0.5, but they're playing at a 1.9 this weekend. It's like, that's a recov or cheating. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, either way, like, I don't know. It's weird because it's like either way they're gonna. It's like it's like pretty much a service. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Words are hard. I don't really care that much, honestly. It doesn't bother me that much because I mean, there's gonna be good players in whatever playlist you play, and I just don't really think it matters. I think people get upset about it like a little bit too much. Like people are like, earn your loot, and it's like, well, yeah, they paid $20 for this guy to go on their account, and if they're earning it through money, I guess. If I mean, that's a way to earn it, but
That's pay to win, right?
I mean, yeah, pay to win. If you want to spend $20 for someone to get you a god tier hand cannon, good for you. Good for you. I don't really care. I don't have an issue with it personally.
Okay. Onyx, what you got? How you feeling about recovs? I mean, it's obviously a hot topic on Twitter.
Yeah, I personally don't care. Like I've done them, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's good money. It's not bad.
It's good money.
It's good money. It's good money.
I don't do them anymore. Like I rarely do them. Like I don't think I've done a recov in months, even longer probably. But I don't really care. I can see how it can annoy a lot of people because it's like stats are deceiving, and then next thing you know, you're playing against, you know, you could be playing against some of the best people in the game. You don't know it, and then you get ran over without really, you know, I guess readying up to play against something like that. So I can see how it annoys a lot of people. I get it. Me personally, I don't think it's a problem. I don't really care.
Okay.
I don't know what Bungie can really do about it besides take down recov sites. somehow take down, eBay pages, and find a way to crack down on it, like as a whole, like somehow like track whether another person is getting on someone's account. But then again, I don't know how much you can do about that. Not a lot of games I think have something like that.
I think with the amount of issues that this game already has that Bungie are trying to tackle, I don't think that's one that they're going to target personally. They have so much, they're spread so thin already, like trying to,
they got
cheating and like,
they got bigger fish to fry, to be honest. So
I 100% agree. I've done recubs for friends and stuff like that, but I know I've seen people start posting in their discords like if you do recubs or win trade, it's an instant ban and
oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Win trading is something else, but no.
Yeah, win trading. I mean, we can roll in win trading. How are we feeling about? I mean, Onyx, did you play much during the hockey lottery weekend?
I'm 1260. I can't even play.
I like that. I have 1260. I can't even play it.
I played that weekend on the tail end, but it was like mostly jumpers. I didn't really get into the whole hockey thing. I think I was actually gone for most of that weekend. So
I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there were people screaming about how anyone that had the hockey lottery or showed no wins should be an instant ban.
Huh.
Like IP ban. You think that's excessive? You think that that's well earned?
No. Okay. Here's the thing. You can't ban somebody for your own game's problem. That is an exploit in the game, right? Mm-hmm. Or am I wrong? I don't think anyone is like,
No, I agree. If it's in the game and you're like exploiting it, it's in the game. It's not like you're using a third-party thing to win trade. It's like,
yeah, you're not using
anything in the game.
Exactly, you're not using anything third-party to get that. It's in the game.
It's kind of cheesy, but I mean, it's in the game.
It is cheesy, but fix the fucking problem before you start banning your entire player base.
I don't know how closely you followed the hockey lottery, but this was the most ingenious way I've ever
it really
seen.
Was.
These guys were like doing raffle not raffle, but like it was like a gamble, and then it was like a 1 through 10, and they both had to do it, and they were on separate accounts, and then if the person with the lower number didn't swap, they backed out as soon as the person with the higher number got onto their main with the rejoin feature, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they had to add each other. It was wild, like the amount of ingenuity,
so much effort,
almost like
wow.
Yeah, it was huge. And we it was mostly in Hong Kong, so like that weekend we actually queued into Hong Kong, and we ran non-hockey lottery, and we sat at the lighthouse with like a 21 win card, and we just gate kept for like 3 hours.
Wow. I respect that.
It sucks that they weren't on their main, because obviously it doesn't affect them that much. But we were planning on doing what we were planning on doing was trying to follow through with the hockey lottery, and then losing on purpose, like losing the raffle on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they switched their mains, then steamroll. It was like 20 minutes per game, so we still made them waste like a half hour either way. I was bummed, but I mean, the amount of ingenuity that went into it just for some loot, like, do you think that that's a player problem, or do you think that's more of a Bungie problem?
Well, obviously, it's both. Players are obviously doing it on purpose, and then second, they're able to even do it in the first place because of Bungie. So it's in the game because of Bungie. It's just, obviously something that probably got in by accident. It's in the game because of Bungie, so the players are doing it. But if Bungie removed it, fixed it, players can't do it. You don't see what I'm getting at?
Right.
I also think it goes to show how, I guess, for lack of a better word, I guess, like, hopeless that it feels like for some players. Like they're not gonna win a raffle from like G-Jake or whatever, and like they don't really want to sit around and wait for that, and they don't feel confident enough in their own abilities to even, get those 7 wins, and so they resort to something like that and coming up with an entire system like that just because that's like how impossible I guess it feels for some players.
Yep.
Not everyone is an Onyx.
So how would you improve it then?
Oh boy.
Let's specify.
There's a lot. There's a lot that could
let's
be
specify this a
improved.
little more. How would you improve the trials experience to get more people in the playlist? And more
Don't penalize
opportunities to
people
earn
for their
loot?
first 3 games. 100%. If you lose, it's like, oh, okay, it's a loss. You lost a game. But up to 3 wins, I don't think you should. I don't think you should lose. You should lose like or get losses on your card pretty much. I don't know. I've seen that tossed around, and I think it's kind of. I like the idea personally. I don't think there's anything like super wrong with that because the first 3 games are free, I guess, for the most part, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. Like, it was never like that in D1. Like, you had to go through the same thing you did now. So, after a long time of D1 trials, why is it all of a sudden people want to change it now?
Yeah.
It's just because people had a stronger mentality back then, and everyone's just just a little scared now. Or what? What is it? I don't get it.
Right. So, go ahead.
But
How would you improve it?
I don't know. I don't know what to improve on in terms of that game mode. I don't play it enough. I guess
Cheaters
people
out, first of all.
cheaters
Don't
is a
count
big
cheaters.
thing.
Let's be real. Let's skip
Okay.
that one. Obviously, that's the given. Like,
Yeah.
So is it just not rewarding enough? Is that what it is?
I guess. I think the population's low because people don't really care too much about the weapons. I mean, it was great, the Endless Veil weekend. There was the highest amount of players ever in Trials because they put, what was it? Ignis Hammer at 3 wins? Is that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Well, yeah,
I mean...
then no wonder. It's just because the good loot is in the beginning,
Yep.
It's like the player base is inconsistent, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's simply based off of what there is to obtain at a low win, basically. So I don't know what to improve on that. I don't know how to change their system. I don't think their system's that bad. Maybe there's isn't enough for people to want to go flawless. I don't know. I've never seen anyone complain about it on Twitter, so I can't be like, oh, okay, I get it. I agree. I see where you're coming from. I see stuff about Destiny on Twitter, and I usually just scroll.
Like, next.
So
Scroll
I don't
by.
I don't really know. I'm sure if I saw some of the things people would say, I'd have an idea because I can see where they're coming from. Because I've just never thought about it that way. That makes sense.
Okay.
Or their way. But I'm sure if I knew, how they feel, then yeah, maybe I could find out what I would want to change
Yeah.
for myself and others.
The big one that floats around is obviously the lack of incentive, loot-wise, to go flawless and to even jump in the playlist. And the other half of it is it's a weird round robin of not feeling like they're good enough to play in the playlist, so they don't touch it, which makes the playlist harder for the people that continue to play it, right? So, I mean, if the loot's good, we get busy weekends. The weekends run like crazy. Flawlesses are super easy. But if the loot's not great, the only people that are playing it are people at, Onyx or your caliber, or the people that like to torture themselves like me in Halo.
Yeah, exactly.
Where somebody hits us up and they're like, hey, I haven't gotten X weapon or X armor yet. Can you help me out? And then we dive into it because we're masochists.
Exactly. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Exactly. The one of the ones that came up one of these weeks during Scrim School was a way to improve trials was loot on every win. It doesn't have, or loot on every game, right? It doesn't have to be Trials loot, Trials of Osiris loot. It can. I suggested something like Trials of the Nine loot, so you can get some of the Trials of the Nine weapons and gear, right?
Yeah.
So you can get. Hold on, freaking Mactix just raided me. Mactix, much love, brother. Good to see you, homie. How are you doing? All right, let me focus back up. The way it played out was like, you get Trials of the Nine loot, right? Every game. And then on 3, 5, 7 wins, you get high stat gear. Not like 60, but you get like 65 plus, right? And then on Flawless, it's not fixed to one thing in the chest. It's fixed for, or it's completely random. So you could open the chest one game, one Flawless, and you get the sword. The next Flawless, you get the hand cannon. The next Flawless, you get another hand cannon, and then, you know, it gives the farmability about it, right? And the question was, would something like that work?
Could.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it really could.
And would it be something that would boost the ecosystem? Because, I mean, obviously it's more fun when there's more people playing. If you match the same person at game 1, game 7, it's not as fun as if you don't ever see him again in the playlist, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think just putting desirable loot early on into the cards is just and literally just do what they did for Endless Veil. Literally just put Igneous at 3 wins, or I don't know. I guess they did Messenger last weekend or a couple weekends ago, and it was all right. But just put loot people want early on, and I guarantee people will play. Don't put it behind a 7-win wall. That's just how you get recos.
Yeah, but I mean, loot at every win is still, or loot at the low end still doesn't help the high end, right?
True.
And that's where, you know, the adept weapons, the high stat armor would come into play, right? It would give you an opportunity. It would give you something worth grinding for across the wins.
True.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways to keep people in this playlist and in this game. You know? Because I've been a Bungie fan since day one.
Yeah, send you over there. Yeah, I'll let you have like 10 minutes of their time.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I mean, I talk to guys like you, Halo, and like Onyx every single week. And I hear so many ideas across the board. You know? And we get guys that are very quiet, very pointed, doesn't ever say anything about, you know, anything other than yes, no questions. Leg. I love Leg.
Mr. Leg.
Mr. Leg is, I watch him all the time. Like, we play together. He's hilarious. But like, we were doing Scrim School, and I was like, what do you feel about this? Ban it. What do you feel about that? I like that. And that was his answers. Like, that was all he said. He was like, ban it. I like it. Yes. No.
That's really funny.
I was like, Mr. Eeg, you're killing me here.
That's great.
So it's kind of fun to have like these actual discussions where we're rolling through things. We're like, what can we improve? What if? I mean, the big question that I like to ask, and I'm gonna ask you guys the same thing, is if you could walk into Bungie tomorrow, and you could ask for one thing, what would it be?
Bring back Luke Smith. No, I'm just kidding. I would never say that.
Dedicated servers.
Skip the easies. Let's skip off the easies because I can dive into the servers all the time. That's my job during the day. So we'll skip the easy ones. Let's skip the dedicated servers. Let's skip the anti-cheat. Like, if you could say one thing to Bungie to fundamentally fix the ecosystem, what would it be?
Bring back Destiny 1.
Port Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, as is.
Shoot.
Oh, literally, like anti-cheat and dedicated servers are like the only two things that I really could think that would, like, I don't know, like bring population stuff like back. I don't know.
I mean,
I know a lot of people have turned away from the game literally just due to the fact there's no anti-cheat that like works effectively.
Right, and I mean, cheaters have always been a thing. That's
it's in any game you go. I mean, like you go to Warzone like right now and it's like riddled with them. It's like effective over there. So I mean, it's in any game, but I don't know, maybe like like updating the loot that you get. I don't know. Like I feel like the amount of like
Okay.
content, like I think maybe like the amount of weapons that we get in a season, like just maybe adding some more in. I don't know. I know some people that are like, oh yeah, like I guess the amount of weapons that they get for the DLC when they buy it is fine, but I mean, adding new stuff like and keep like it keeps the population high for the game because people want to go get it and they want to try it out. So like I feel like adding maybe stuff like you know bi-monthly, I guess, like a new weapon one like every 2 weeks or just like something new. I don't know.
Right.
Or even live events, dude. Like it's insane how much like traction live events get. Like if you go to like one of Glad's highest like streams that I've been in, it was for the when the Cabal ship blew up overhead, and like people love it, dude. Like those cool interactive events that get you like feeling like you're involved in the Destiny 2 universe per se, and like you can kind of
Right.
see stuff unfolding in front of you. I feel like that's really cool, and I don't know, stuff like that. Like I think it's pretty cool personally.
Okay. Okay. So more live events. Onyx, what do you have? What's one thing you would ask from Bungie if you could walk in the doors tomorrow?
Dude, give us new Crucible maps.
Oh,
Like
please.
Thank you.
that's really all I could think of, to be honest. Because you
Okay.
don't want any of the other stuff. I can't be like, fix your damn game, you know.
Right.
Like,
Fix
you
your
know,
name.
easier said than done. I maybe the maps are too, but I think the maps would be easier than trying to balance their game because they've been trying to do that for years. But they can make, you know, a few maps a year, and they
Right.
could be great. They could play great. You know what I mean? It could be better than trying to balance the game that they can't do. So yeah, I think some maps would be nice. Even bringing back old maps. I don't care if people whine about old maps, dude. Like, give me Asylum, bro.
Oh my god, yes. Asylum
be content.
Crossroads, Frontier. Oh my god.
They're bringing Venus back.
Take 'em.
Yo, bring Asylum. Let's go. Come on.
Mhm.
Run it
Yeah.
You
up.
know which one I
Oh,
really
baby.
enjoyed was that one that's like the dungeon.
Oh, the one it's like Jetsam of Saturn or something like that.
Yeah, where
wait.
like you have the tunnel, you can fall down into the.
yeah,
It's like two
yeah, into the
floors.
bottom. I
That map
love
was
them.
fun as
that
fuck.
map. What the?
That map was fun as fuck for lanes and for close range. So we had Wyvern Landing Panther on here, right?
Mhm.
And Wyvern so far has been the best person to explain why bringing D1 maps isn't a good idea, like Asylum. He's like, I don't want Asylum, and let me explain why. And I've used this since. So shout out to Wyvern for sharing this. He goes, the reason that D1 maps don't play well on D2 is because of the FOV change and the movement of the game itself, right? You're moving faster, you're flying across the map faster. We're talking Icarus Dash, we're talking Behemoth Slide, we're talking Stompies. Something like Asylum, where it's already a small map, becomes horrendously small.
Mhm.
Just because of the FOV and everything else, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember switching from consoles to PC,
Oh, I did.
but when you throw a grenade, right, between
Mhm.
console and PC, when you throw a grenade, it already feels like it travels across like the map
Mhm.
versus console. So the FOV change itself has caused the maps to get smaller. So I don't know if Asylum would play well on D2. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, maybe not.
I would
I
love to
wanna
have
try it out either
Dude,
way.
let me
Right.
play test it. Hey,
Yeah.
you got me. Like, I'm here. I'll play
Use
test
me.
your game. I'll tell
Dude.
you what's good or bad. I promise I'll put in a good word. All
All
right? You don't even need to pay me.
yeah.
Just let me do it. So rolling back to if we walked into Bungie. So if I could walk into Bungie tomorrow, it goes into the Crucible, right? If I could walk into Bungie tomorrow, I would say put Trials behind a paywall. First and foremost.
Absolutely.
And
Oh,
Boy had a great one that was $5 a season for Trials. Right?
Mhm.
So
do
you
it.
pay $5 a season, if you enjoy the game mode, you'll pay $5. It's only $5, right? They can even make it more incentive by saying $4.99.
Can't afford $5, like my man.
Yeah.
Should be
And
playing Trials.
if you're cheating and you're playing Trials and you get reported and your account gets banned, you're not going to want to pay $5 each time you make a new account.
Yep.
And my second thing would be not only to put Trials behind a paywall, but to add in a Crucible team. Specifically for Crucible, to playtest, to add maps, to adjust and tune, right? Because obviously we're now seeing with their last couple weeks that they can split the sandboxes.
Mm-hmm.
They can split the sandboxes. They just don't have the team to support it. So
A dedicated Crucible team would be awesome. Just like PvP. I would love that.
this is where that $5 paywall would come in, right?
Fund them. I don't care. Take my money.
Exactly. If you pay $5 a season to fund a Crucible team, you see what I'm saying? Then it would all the money would go back into the game and the Crucible and the maps and everything else, and they would have their own team to set up everything, including sandboxes.
I'm an advocate for that.
I heard it and I thought it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I was like, that's I can't take credit for it.
$5. I don't like literally just add the add $5 to like the season passes or whatever, or the DLC. Do something.
I mean, raids, nightfalls, right, are all behind a paywall. Why can't Trials be?
That's true.
Hey man, more money in their pocket. I don't know why they ain't doing it.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
pay.
I mean, I get the free to play to bring gamers in, but I don't think it should be on something like Trials. I really don't. And they're trying, they're trying steps to improve it. Obviously, with the restrictions where you have to be a certain light level and you have to hit a certain rank in quick play and that kind of shit. But I feel like if you put it behind a paywall, even just a small one, it would deter some cheaters, and it would improve the experience.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your guys' thoughts?
I agree. I mean,
agree.
I've been wanting them to put Trials behind a paywall since like cheating actually like since I made the switch from Xbox to PC. Throw it back there. I'll gladly, like I said, I'll gladly pay a little bit of extra money to not face cheaters or even like have to be worried about cheaters. The worst is when I'm like sitting there streaming and I'm calling someone a cheater and they come in and it's like, no, I'm legit. I'm not cheating, I promise. Or like there's like proof that they're not cheating. I'm legit. Don't worry, I'm legit. And I'm like, okay, I trust you, bro. No, but I don't know. Just like
I'm legit.
yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you are. But even just have the peace of mind that you're not like facing a cheater is nice. At least you have that on console. You just have to worry about your internet getting shut off for a day.
Dude.
Yep, that kind of.
That's seriously though, like that's one of the reasons why I switched over to PC is I would rather face a cheater that ruins 10 minutes of my time.
Oh yeah.
Than my internet being shut off for a
just
day,
getting
a week,
fried.
a month.
I've had that happen before and it's awful, man. Like getting DOS and you just like your entire internet goes down and you just can't do anything the rest of the day. It's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I had kids that were home during the quarantine, right?
Yeah.
They were doing school at home. Like, I can't have them not be able to do school. That doesn't impact me playing a game. That impacts their education.
Mm-hmm.
Which is obviously like, I enjoy gaming, but my kids are my highest priority.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I think that's one step. And speaking of console, this will probably be our last question. Unless chat, if you have any questions, feel free to type them. We are open. Oh, perfect. Hammer's got one. So I'll ask one, and then Hammer will ask one. How do you guys feel about crossplay? How you feeling about it? I mean, it's coming.
So some people have asked me about this. Like, I think it's doable, and there's games that can pull it off. Like COD can pull it off pretty well. Like it can be done, but there obviously are advantages that PC players have over console players. Like I think it'd be good if PC players played against people who are on the new gen consoles, because they're more in line with frame rate to an extent.
Right.
And I guess FOV, because what FOV's on the new gen console, FOV
Yeah.
slider. Okay,
Yep,
that's
FOV
good.
slider, and it pushes out 120 in Crucible.
Yeah, okay, so that's great. That's good. So it's like if PC players matched up against the new gen consoles, then I think that's okay. But playing against people who are on like PS4 and Xbox One, you know, sitting at 30 FPS on a horrible FOV, it's like we already have advantages up our sleeves. Like playing on a higher frame rate is already way better than playing on 30 FPS. You got not even input delay. It's more of like it feels like input delay because it's like the lower the frames, the less response time you have, basically. So it's like we got the the faster input time over them. The smoothness is way better. And with how this game is, I don't know if they've ever fixed the issue, but like some things are better with higher frame rate. Like you got farther lunges, stuff like that. And I don't know if it applies to all the jumps in the game, but you remember whenever Titan skating was a thing, you had to have a high frame rate for Titan skating to work.
Yeah, no,
really.
it does. It really does. I switched back to help. I switched back to console to help out for a weekend, and I could not hit any melees. I threw my grenades short. Like, I couldn't slide well. I felt like I was moving in molasses the whole time.
Yeah.
So I feel it. I don't think that crossplay is going to work with last gen consoles. I really don't.
Well, also I've heard that there's the option to opt out.
Yes.
I think there's am I right? I think that's a thing. Okay, so like even if you're not, I really think crossplay is really only going to be applied to people who are like, hey, my buddy's on Xbox, but I'm on PC and I want to squad up with them. I don't think the average Xbox player is going to be like, hell yeah, I want to play against MNK players. Like, no, that I guarantee people are going to, probably like 80% of people are going to opt out of crossplay unless they like, know someone they're trying to play with.
Yeah, I mean, the way it works, the way that Bungie explained it was, and just specified it in chat too, is the only way you'll play on PC as a console player is if you join on a PC player. Otherwise, you'll be in console, right? Same way it works with last gen versus this gen consoles.
I gotcha.
Makes sense.
But I don't think after season 15, they're going to support last gen. I mean, we saw it with D1, right? D1 was like, we'll give you a expansion to play on last gen, right? PS3 versus PS4, Xbox, what is it? Xbox 360 versus Xbox One.
Yeah.
They gave it like a season and things were super clunky. And then after that, they were like, all right, we're not supporting last gen anymore. So maybe that will apply to it? I don't know. I'm curious to see how it works out.
Yeah.
And then Hammer has a question for you, Onyx. He says, what would be the number one thing you would recommend for players to improve their aim to consistently hit their shots?
I mean, I'll start with like, I guess inputs first. Controller, it's really about finding your sensitivity. That's kind of all there is to it, and then playing the game. M&K, I guess it's a lot deeper than that. Depending on how far you really want to take it, it's like you can go as far as into learning mouse grips, learning how you grip your mouse, and then mouse size, mouse shape, like ergonomic or maybe dexterous. You can go as far as that, and then getting your sensitivity down and stuff like that. What works best for you? What DPI works best for you? Are you an arm aimer, a wrist aimer? Stuff like that. And it's like once you figure all that out, and mouse pad, you have to get a mouse pad that fits your kind of sense, I guess. So like you can play wrist and have a big mouse pad still, but if you play arm, you need a bigger mouse pad. So you don't want to sit there and be picking up your mouse all the time, and this is what it sounds like all the time when you're playing.
Right.
That's not fun. So you can go as far as mouse size, mouse shape, what kind of grip you play, wrist aimer, arm aimer, so like it plays in a sensitivity, and you can go as far as aim training if you like. Aim training does work.
Okay.
It can help. Certain exercises will help, but you are not going to get insane off of just doing aim training, because the aim trainer doesn't play just like the game does. You got to play the game to actually get better at it. Now, the aim training will help. You can practice, tracking and, certain 180 stuff. And there's a lot of things that you can practice on, but then you have to translate it into the game itself. So, it's kind of it. Like in aim trainers, there's no weapon recoil or anything like that. So it's like, kind of just have to apply everything that you learn from an aim trainer, not even learn really, and then put it into the game that you're playing.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's everything. Clip that for yourself. Yeah, basically, aim trainers do work, but it's not something you should heavily rely on. I'd say like, if you really care enough, get aim labs. It's free. Find one of your favorite aimers and see if they have like a playlist on aim labs of their like routines, and sit there and do that for like 30 minutes to an hour. Do each routine a few times, 3 to 5 times, and do every single routine 3 to 5 times. Every routine is about a minute. So you do that for like 30 minutes to an hour before you get on the game, or whenever you feel like throughout the day. It's best to do it before you start playing. So like, yeah, that's kind of it. So
here's a question that kind of builds off that. Where, I guess, what console, or I guess, what did you come from, and then how long did it take for you to kind of get to where you are now?
So I played on Xbox, and I strictly played controller for like 10 years. But my dad did have a PC. My dad's a gamer. That's how I really got into gaming. So he had a gaming PC. He still does. He plays games every day.
Okay.
Plays Warzone and stuff. Cool. He plays Warzone with Kenny.
That's awesome. Wait, what's your dad's name? Tag, is it Joker or something? Is that your dad?
No, it's Sniping.
Okay. Oh, I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him hanging out in the Kenny's office.
Yeah, so that's him.
That's awesome.
So he obviously has a PC, and I would when he'd be at work, I'd go play on his computer. Now I'd go play CS. At first, I used to play Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on his PC, and I was fairly good at it. I wasn't like amazing with the keybinds, but like aiming in that game wasn't necessarily hard. I was pretty good. I was okay for not knowing very much. And then I'd play CS on his computer because I watched videos on that on YouTube, and I started playing it, and that was a lot of fun. Ended up playing with some of his friends, and I was actually not too bad. So I got used to mouse and keyboard for a little while, and then I stopped playing on his computer, and I went back to just playing console all the time because he was home a lot more. And then I got my own computer, and like the game I like first got into at the time was Fortnite, because that's what I was playing on console. And it's just the game that I was into. And then I was a pro Fortnite player, and I was short-lived, but it was fun.
What are your earnings? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, dude. There's a long story behind that. I'm not getting into it. It's really dumb. I got fucked over, but
Halo started as a Fortnite gamer too.
I did.
Fun fact.
No, I was Destiny 1. I was Destiny 1. I just took a long Fortnite hiatus.
So yeah, my first like game as like a main PC player was Fortnite. How long it took me to get used to it, get used to like keybinds and stuff like that. I'd say like fully used to it, maybe like 3 months. Of like consistently playing every day.
Okay.
You can see improvement, if you get stuck. That's just what it feels like. I'm telling you, you are getting better. You can even record gameplay and look back at it a few months from then, and you'll see that you are getting better. I can see why people get in their own head and say, I don't think I'm getting better. I don't think I'm improving. That's what you think. That's what it feels like. But you don't know that. Deep down, you really don't. And I'm sure I felt that way. I'm sure everyone's felt that way. That's just how it is. Yeah, so yeah, it took me a few months, and yeah, I've been playing PC consistently for a few years now. Like 3 years now, almost
Okay.
2, 3, something
Okay.
like that. But I never got crazy into like all the aiming stuff until like a year and a half later. And after I got into all that, that's kind of like when my aim like shot up a lot. So I learned a lot, stuff like that. So it just depends on how serious you want to take it.
It's always fun to hear that because like it's such a widespread of whether aim trainers work or don't work. I have guys like Patty Cakes on here that's like, I do 4 hours of aim labs a day.
I think that's ridiculous.
That's
Patty
crazy.
Cakes, his shot though is head. Doesn't matter what weapon he's using, right? It doesn't matter. That man hit every single headshot, but his movement wasn't there. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And then you
exactly.
have guys like Pantho or Defizzle that are like, I don't fucking care. I just play the game. Right?
Mhm.
Same with Legends. Legends was like, dude, I never use an aim trainer. I just play the game.
That's what I do now.
I mean, that makes sense. It's interesting to hear both sides. But I know chat is itching to jump into the scrim portion. You guys ready to scrim it out?
Oh shoot, let me load up the game.
Oh boy, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Let's do
All
it.
right, we're gonna go to be right back screen chat. If you guys want to join, I'm gonna drop the join code in. We're gonna cycle out. The way that we do it is we split the guests.
only.
We split the guests up, and then we run a kind of a 2-game series. So we do 1 game with 1 guest, and then we flip it. And
Man,
then
you can
this
make me play against Onyx all night? Come on now. It's late.
Well, it depends on who jumps in. So obviously, I know most of the players that want to hop in right now, and I see them in chat already. So if I know that they're good players that are flying in right out the gate, then it'll be the 3 of us against them.
Let's go.
Otherwise, if there are students, which I hope that there are students, that is the ultimate goal, is that we can teach people scrims. If there are students that aren't that good at the game yet, or want to learn, or want to dive into scrims, then they've been too scared to do so, this is the opportunity to learn, and we slow it down and teach them.
And don't get discouraged, please.
Please.
It's really not going to help you, I promise. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm
Right.
just being honest.
Dive back in, run it again. That's kind of how this plays out. Dive back in, run it again.
Yep, exactly.
So we're gonna run it out. Let's switch to be right back